On August 13, 2024, the trial of rapper Young Thug was brought to an abrupt halt, following the state's star witness Lil Woody stating,
May I speak, Young? I was told that Mr. Melnick is suspended, and I don't want to speak without my attorney.
But why was his attorney suspended? According to the Georgia Supreme Court, Melnick was suspended due to his representation of a client in a child support case in 2017 in Rockdale County. The father of his client's child was paying child support under an income reduction order and was seeking a reduction in child support. He was also looking to obtain visitation. In March of 2018, all parties participated in a voluntary mediation where they reached an agreement for reduction in child support. The parties agreed that if a new order was not in place by April 1st, that Melnick's client would reimburse the father each month for the difference between the order and reduced amount agreed upon. In early August of 2018, a revised consent agreement was sent to Melnick, which included a parenting plan. A week later, he responded that the parenting plan was fine, but that he was not going to agree to a refund of the child support since April.
Melnick then sent an email informing that he did not think it would be proper for his client to send reimbursement to the father's attorney. The next day that the courts were open, the father's attorney filed a motion to enforce the agreement, which also sought an award of attorney fees for the father's attorney having to file the motion.
This is where things start really going bad. According to the Georgia Supreme Court, Melnick didn't send his client a copy of the motion, and he also never notified her of the motion. He also never filed a response to the motion, stating that it was unnecessary. A hearing for the motion was set for January of 2019, and can you guess what Melnick didn't do? If you guessed that he never notified his client, you are correct. Due to a conflict that he had, he emailed a conflict letter to the judge's administrative assistant 5 days before the hearing, but did not check with the court to see if the hearing was rescheduled. The hearing was held on January 8th as scheduled, and after finishing with the other matters he had, he called the court and was told that the hearings were done. He made no attempt to inquire about the outcome and never notified his client that he had not attended the hearing. A week later, the court ordered Melnick's client to reimburse the father $2,820 in child support overpayments in 30 days and to pay $809.93 in attorney fees. It was not until the payments Melnick's client was receiving were decreased and she went to the courthouse where she obtained a copy of the order that she became aware of what had occurred. Melnick's client then obtained new counsel who raised the possibility of a malpractice suit. Melnick discussed a settlement with his former client's new counsel, and after a complaint was filed with the state bar, he paid his former client $3,500. A special master investigation took place and found that Melnick willfully violated Rules 1.3 and 1.4 of the Georgia Rules of Professional Conduct, and that his conduct harmed his client. Rule 1.3 provides that a lawyer shall act with reasonable diligence and promptness in representing a client. Reasonable diligence means that a lawyer shall not, without just cause to the detriment of the client in effect, willfully abandon or willfully disregard a legal matter entrusted to the lawyer. Rule 1.4 provides that a lawyer shall 1. Promptly inform the client of any decision or circumstance with respect to which the client's informed consent is required, and 2. Reasonably consult with the client about the means which the client's objectives are to be accomplished. For a violation of Rule 1.3, Melnick could have been disbarred. The maximum sanction for a violation of Rule 1.4 is a public sanction. It didn't help that Melnick had previously been subject to 2 reprimands in 2003 and another in 2006, all 3 of which involved violations of Rule 1.4 and 2 that involved Rule 1.3 violations. Ultimately, Melnick received a suspension of 6 months, and we will forever remember the words.
I don't recall.